What is going on, everybody? Welcome back into BioLife Studios. If you're like me, you're about to embark on a new project. Not just a new project, but a new venture in your art career or in your studio, or maybe just a new hobby. And by a new hobby, I mean, if we're on the same boat, it is making masks. So in the venture of making masks, if you're just getting started out like me, you probably don't want to spend a lot of money on an ed head. A lot of companies make ed heads, but the most renowned that I can think of is the Monster Makers Inc., who also make Monster Clay. Yes, if you haven't had an opportunity to try out Monster Clay, make sure you do so. It is an amazing product, and I can't see myself really using anything else unless I'm just trying new products just to try it out. So I'm sticking with Monster Clay for quite a long time. So I've ordered a container of this, and I've made quite a few projects. The most renowned project that I've made recently is the Goliath Bird Eater Tarantula. If you haven't had the opportunity to go back and check that out, make sure you do so. But I have been stating in a lot of my videos that I want to get into mask making. Now, of course, we're going to start with a rolling start, making some masquerade masks, and eventually maybe I'll get into full face masks. And just getting started out like I am, I don't want to spend $100 on an ed head right away. I want to make sure that I enjoy the process, make sure I can actually get into it in an efficient manner before I go out spending a lot of money. You know, if I sell a few masks, then I can warrant or necessitate the need to spend that much money and get an ed head. Now, most of the ed heads are in female or male sizes, adult sizes. They don't make children's sizes that I know of. I don't think they do. Now I'm going to have to go back and Google it. Anyways, I don't think they do. So, the situation I'm running into is I want to make the first mask for my daughter. We're going to make her a unicorn mask. And as you can see behind me, yes, I've already begun this process. So, this video specifically is just about me using a foam head that I was able to get at a Michael's store on discount for like $3 or $4. They usually run about $7 or $8. Now it's pretty pricey. These are child sizes, so I actually measured the size of this compared to my daughter's head, and it is almost proportionally accurate. So we're going to make her a masquerade mask first thing. So to use this this foam core, you can use it raw if you want to, but I'm just going to show you in this video how I prepped it so that I can try to get it to last a little bit of time to sculpt a few masks before I'm ready to buy an ed head. So if you're like me, or if you're starting this venture and you're thinking, I'm just going to buy one of these foam heads, there's a few videos out there that show how they themselves create this and kind of make it last a long time. This is how I'm going to make mine. Not only am I going to show you how I painted it with Mod Podge and Mars Black paint, but not just that, I'm also going to show you how I screwed it into a base as well as bolted it to my turntable here. This is a small 8-inch turntable, if I recall, 7 or 8 inch, and it allows me to spin the thing all the way around. Now it is tipped to this, so although I did drill 3 holes in this, it is not permanent. I can always just remove this with just some little washers here, and then it's just like used for any other clay project again. So just be aware that I probably invested a little bit more money in this than I would need to. Overall, I probably put about, not including the turntable, probably about $20 to $30 into it, maybe max. And see if you have to buy all of the Mod Podge and all the Mars Black, you know, from scratch. But let's just jump into it. It's about a 12-minute long video from here forward, and I'll show you how I've got this thing prepped out. It's working pretty good so far, and I look forward to making more projects on this. As I use this and I upgrade throughout my mask making career, I will come back to the tips and tricks which this is under, and I will update this playlist. Let's get into the content, guys. Alright, so regardless of what you're sculpting on, whether that be a foam block or a foam head like I'm using here that I had got at a Michael's store, it could be an adult size, it could be a kid size, or it could be the shape of a dog. It doesn't even matter. But you just want to make sure that it lasts. If you want to use it one time, then yeah, you could probably sculpt on the actual foam in some way, and then hopefully the clay would pop off there, and you can make a cast, or you can make the cast on the actual item itself before you remove the clay. However you want to make your mold after you sculpted the item is up to you. And it kind of dictates what you do with the foam. I'm going to make mine last quite a long time if I can get away with it. Even if I do get like a larger adult size ed head later, I still will probably use this for like the kid sizes and things like that, just because it's such a lightweight item that I can probably easily just pick it up and put it up on a shelf if I need to.
So I'm beginning this process by, in just a little disposable cup and a popsicle stick, I'm mixing up my Mod Podge. Now this is the dry clear Mod Podge. You can also use the matte white dry, but just be aware whatever you do use, if you do use the white dry, then you're just going to diminish your color that you add to it. It doesn't matter what color you add. You can add a hot pink or yellow or orange and green, whatever you want to color your Ed head. Well, I'm going to call it Ed head. Let's call it foam head. So what we'll do is we're going to mix that up. I'm using the clear type, so all the at the time of painting this, it looks like a dark gray. Once the glue or the Mod Podge PVA glue dries up, it dries clear, so the paint will be the only thing you see. So it'll be a pure Mars black base. You can see as we go through this process here, it'll really darken out as it dries out through the layers. And you can see that the Mars black is just a beautiful color to be able to sculpt on. So you can paint it white, you can paint it dark black, you can paint it brown if you'd like for it to blend into the clay. If you're using like a monster clay, gray clay, then you can paint it, a slate color if you wanted to. Whichever you want to do, the sky's the limit. This is something that is so easy to do that you can just make a few of these in a row and then just have them waiting so you can do multiple masks at the same time. But for today, we're just going to make this one. I've already taken these measurements, and they do line up pretty well with my daughter. I do wish that these Ed heads had ears on them, so that way I know where to sculpt around the ears. But for the most part, they're pretty good. They're not too bad. I'm sure I can find little foam heads that have ears on them somewhere, but they just didn't have those at Michael's at the time of me wanting to purchase this. I was able to get this on sale for $4. It's usually about $7 or $8 now, which is pretty extreme for something so small. I remember when they used to run about $5 or so, but times change. So here I am kind of going over the first layer here. I didn't really paint around the base quite yet just because I'm trying to use that as a handle to get the layers at the top. And that's where most of the brunt force and the deterioration is going to happen, is around the top, around the face, around the nose, and all of the facial features there. You can see the actual pores of the foam there are kind of opening up a little bit there. That just generally happens as you apply like a wet texture to it. I'm also using a very wet on wet texture here, so I'm letting it tap dry quite a bit, and then I'll just immediately go into the next layer. I'm just being very thick with my layers. I'm not being very stingy. I'm making sure to really throw those on there, and I'm going to try to get it around the base as well. If I don't do it now, then I probably won't do it, so I want to make sure that I get those layers around the neck also. It also gives it more of a finished look if you paint the entire thing instead of just painting what you need off of it. Now the only downside with the Mod Podge is it does take quite a bit of time to fully cure. It can take days for it to fully cure to a nice dry finish, but even then, because you're going over a foam core, it does tend to have a little bit of a tackiness. The more layers you put on after you wait for each to dry out, the better. So just be aware of that. So you can kind of just, test fit it, see how you like it, but for the most part, you just want to make sure that you apply enough layers where you feel confident that they're not going to peel up or deteriorate before you get your project done. Or a few projects in this scenario. I want to get a few projects done on this little $4 core. So you can see I did drill some holes here, and I countersunk those with just 2 bits. I think I used a 5/8 bit and then a shorter bit. I pre-drilled those holes and I sunk those onto a board here. So I just drilled 3 large bolts up at an angle into the neck. One of them pinched the outside of the neck. It's no big deal. I might do another layer of Mod Podge and some black paint later on down the road just to kind of finish it off if I decide to keep this to make more children's masks. But overall, it's not too bad. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and mark those holes and I'll pre-drill them here. So I think it's very adequate just to have 3 holes, so just tri-points there. And I'm not really being particular about where I put these at. As long as the Ed head is, I keep saying Ed head, you guys, bad habits. This foam head is centered for the most part. That way when I rotate the item around on the spinner or the turntable, it doesn't really pull in a certain direction. So I want to be able to rapidly spin it if I wanted to and it not wobble or anything like that. So I want it to be kind of centered so that I can avoid that scenario. What I should have done here is I should have just went ahead and lined these up, but because I'm using a full-size drill to drill these holes with a titanium bit, even if the bit is kind of small, the angle of the neck to the head and then the base to that silver plate are really, really tight. So I couldn't drill straight through either one of them. So I had to drill the holes individually. So I used just some paint and a drill bit just to mark where the holes need to be. But because I'm not applying enough paint as I should, my little mark that I applied kind of got washed away. So I had to redo this a few times. But as long as you just take your time, then you can kind of see where it's going, right? We're gonna have 3 bolts that go all the way through with a Phillips head, a washer through the item, and then we'll have like some kind of attachment on the bottom side just to kind of keep it in place. I actually did not have any bolts of the correct size, so I kind of just made it happen, and instead I just used some drywall anchors, just sunk those down onto the Phillips head screws, and it just tightened it down just enough to where I don't have to worry about it wobbling. I like this concept just because you don't have to really worry at all about being able to remove this after the fact if you want to do something just plain Jane on the turntable. It's easy to remove it. You can remove it by hand. All you gotta do is hold the anchor at the bottom with your fingers, and then just use a drill or a Phillips head screwdriver to just remove those screws, and then you're rocking and rolling just to use the turntable like normal. I do like the wood base. I will come back later and probably paint that black as well, just to make it all blend together. But for the first time I'm using the actual foam core head, it's actually working pretty good. So I want to test it out with the first mask, and then if I like it, then I'll go ahead and paint that base to match the head as well. It makes it just feel a little bit more uniform. What do you think, you guys? Up to this point, it's pretty good. You don't have to have the wooden base. You could probably just get by with just the actual foam core itself and the Mod Podge and the paint. But if you want to make it to where it's kind of like unmovable and you can sculpt it without having to worry about it shifting too much, you want to add some kind of weight to the bottom of it, whether that be a board or a stake, or there's a hole at the bottom of the foam core where you can apply a stake if you wanted to. Or a stick, so you can always do that if you'd like to as well. Now, the real Edhead 2.0, the plastic ones, the ones you fill with warm water, it releases clay quite easily, but because we're using the foam core, the Mod Podge method, I don't want to risk my clay peeling any of that off and then having that residue in my clay, which I want to reuse over and over again. So I do layer this in a nice layer of saran wrap. You can use foil if you want to, or something like that. I use saran wrap so you can kind of see the undertones of the black paint that I used to paint that. What do you think, guys? I really think it's going to last at least for a few projects, if not for at least a year or two under projects and clay and new projects. If you liked it, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next tips and tricks. Later.